Welcome to the Saturated Sports High School podcast. We've got Josh Jaden here.
How's it going?
Great. How are you?
I'm doing well.
We've got Chase Coates back again for the second week in a row.
How you doing?
Chase Coates, how are you?
Is he a
It's good to be
main?
back.
Are you a fixture on this podcast now?
I am. Every week, get used to me.
Oh, feel bad for you guys.
Have to get used to Chase Coates over here.
Yep.
Texty Texterson.
No, I'm not.
I know. I'm just giving you a hard time.
Well,
You learned how to breathe this week?
I'm focusing on that right now.
it really wasn't that bad.
When I listened to it, it wasn't horrible.
You could barely hear
In
it.
one part, it was like, dang, he's Darth Vader. But then the rest was normal. But I'm actually focusing on that right now, not to breathe into the mic like
Don't
that.
breathe. I'm not going to breathe this entire podcast. If Chase just collapses, ignore him. He'll probably come to in 5. But if not,
Yeah.
then we'll finish the podcast and deal with that after.
Accurate.
Accurate.
Just give him a little
The show must go on, right?
warning.
yep.
All
Has
right.
to go on.
Yep.
This is a football podcast, right?
Yep.
Okay, making sure.
So how'd y'all enjoy that game Friday night? We all got to see it together.
I liked it. It was one of the best games I've ever watched
It was
in
the
general.
Second best high school game I've ever seen in my life.
It was the best regular season high school game I've ever seen.
Right.
Regular season, yeah, best ever.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, it was great. It was very high energy. Third quarter sucked, but other than third quarter, it was high.
Yeah,
They
I
didn't
don't think
score a
there's
point, right?
not a single score by either team in the
No.
third. And then the fourth just kind of,
27-26, right?
Yeah.
The
and then
whole
the
third.
fourth just opened back up.
Yeah.
No, 28-27, right?
I want to say 20. Yeah, 28-27.
Yeah.
And then
You're right.
For those of you that don't know, I don't know how anyone wouldn't know, but Temple and Belton went into triple overtime
Yep.
in their annual rivalry game, except this year it was a part of district play.
Yep.
And could have a stake in the district championship. Depends on how Midway does and how they finish out their year and how Temple and Belton play against them. But most likely a stake in the district championship right there.
100%.
And Temple won it, but it was kind of scary there for a minute. I was a little worried. I leaned over to Chase and said, I'm worried about this.
I wasn't worried a bit.
Chase wasn't worried at all. I don't know how.
I didn't expect Belton to play.
Coach Stewart has those boys in check.
We'll see.
He does, but then he let them score 55 points.
It's a rivalry game. It's Belton. Belton's not bad
52.
at all.
52.
Temple
points.
scored 55.
Yeah.
What about that kick?
51 yards, high school level.
We got
That's
to
impressive.
witness a high school kid make a 51-yard field goal. I mean, the wind was at his back, but he got it up there. He had the distance.
It would have cleared from back like 5 yards at least farther.
Yeah.
I mean, it was plenty of leg.
When they started lining up for that field goal, I already thought Temple won. I was like,
yeah, me
Yeah.
too. I was like, this
there's just
stinks.
no way.
Yeah.
I was like, way to lose the game. I thought they should go for it on 4th and 18 or whatever it was. I mean, you got to give credit to Temple's defense to finally step up there in overtime and,
Cornerbacks finally held him in check.
yeah, and then got the sack on 3rd down and forced 4th and 18, and we all thought that was going to be it. They'd chunk the ball down the field. And, I mean, how they were going all night, they may have gotten it, but to kick the field goal, that was just super impressive.
I'm just glad it was a good game. I mean, a lot of people had it billed to be a kind of a ugly game towards the end, and it wasn't. It was the opposite. So it was nice. It was a rough week for me football-wise. All of my teams went to overtime and lost. So
Yeah, it was a weird week. I'm telling you, man, the Browns start winning, things go off the rails.
things are different. But Temple should have won the game
Yeah.
anyway.
Yeah.
So it's not a high school game, but we got to go see Kentucky and A&M.
Yeah.
And that was a good game, low-scoring defensive battle.
Thought
But-
the fall. It's kind of getting pulled off.
Yeah, it's good.
Defense was really good that
The
game.
A&M game?
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, I watched that.
Quarterback play was terrible.
What, for y'all?
Yeah, and then we didn't run the ball in overtime. Whenever
By the way, we is Kentucky for
Yeah,
Josh.
yeah,
He's a-
Kentucky fan. I like A&M as well, but I mean, so I wasn't. I mean, it was a win-win. I literally said this going into the game. I was like, if A&M wins, they're going to be ranked, so it's not really a loss for me. And both teams are ranked right now, so I kind of
But
feel
A&M jumped to top 20,
they're 22.
22.
Texas A&M is 8. I mean, Texas A&M is 22. UK is 18th.
Texas went up to 9, right?
Yep.
They jumped high. I mean, they beat Oklahoma.
We were watching that game on the way to College Station.
I watched that game.
Watched it in the car on Zach's Fox Sports app.
Yep.
It's good.
They tried their best to lose it at the end, but yeah, so
They
it was a
did.
crazy weekend of football. But high school wise, we all made it to the game. We all made it home safely, and we got to watch some good football. And we're gonna get to watch it again on Thursday, hopefully.
Yep, that starts out. Now we can get into this week's high school. First game of the week, Temple and Killeen on Thursday night in Leo Buckley.
I'm excited.
I'm
really
excited for this game.
I think it's gonna be a sneakily good game.
I think Temple's going to win it. pretty easily. But I really want to see this clean running back that everybody's been talking about.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be tied or close to tied until halftime, and then after halftime, you'll see kind of the better team pull away, which is kind of usually how it works. You kind of feel those first few drives. It's a lot of the feeling out process. Kids are nervous. They're young. But towards the end of the game, that's whenever the coaching kind of shows out. And obviously, I'm going to lean in Temple's favor, coaching almost every game they're in. If it was ever coach versus coach, there's probably only one team in the district where I would kind of raise my eyebrows at, and it would only be Midway. But I'm definitely not going to pick against Temple. Even though they're on the road at Leo Buckley, it's not even really on the road because all the clean schools play there. It's not really a home field. So
Yeah. I mean, there's no logos on the field in the stadium. It's all, I mean, it's at Clean High, but it's the Clean ISD Stadium.
Yep, it's shared. It's because they'll play away games there too. So
Yep.
So yeah, I'm definitely going to lean in the Temple department, but I think it's going to be a good game just because in the district, technically, Killeen does have the best defense at this point, up to the yards and points per game. But I don't know if that's this. Obviously, this game's a huge litmus test for that. But
I think it's definitely who they've played. They haven't- I
but
mean,
you can't argue like
they played Midway when Midway had no offense whatsoever. They hadn't even scored a point yet until they played Killeen.
Yeah,
So
but I mean, still, like they have. I know that it's teams that they should have held lower, but they have held them lower. So
yeah,
it'll be a good test for the Wildcats offense, and it'll be a good test for the Kangaroo defense. So.
short week for Temple coming out of that overtime game where they allowed
They'll be
52
tired.
points.
They'll be tired.
I'm sure they got worked hard this week.
After giving up 52? Oh, yeah. Coach Drew was not happy after that game.
He was
apparently-
First thing he brought up in the post-game interview.
Yes.
We don't allow that kind of
Temple
point.
doesn't allow
point
52
spread,
points
Temple-
to anybody.
Apparently, Temple hasn't been, and I'm not making a joke, but we heard from someone who I guess he works for Temple or something.
He said he works for the ISD. I don't.
Temple doesn't practice like actual full-on tackling in practice. They wrap up.
I just don't believe that because of Coach Stewart. That's
But I
how he
mean, there was
coaches.
weeks. There was like sometimes during the season, like whenever I played high school, they wouldn't do full contact. We
Yeah.
were never in full pads. So I mean, it kind of makes like I mean, it's believable, but
Yeah.
I doubt that this week they didn't do any tackling drills because that's the only reason Belton hung in there in the beginning. It was
Couldn't
all
tackle.
run after the catch.
Yeah.
They're
And-
going for big hits instead of form tackling, and
So-
they just whiffed on him.
Yeah.
But
So as soon as they clean that up, I think they'll.
this week's different. I think they pull away in the second half. Temple does. They're the better team by a mile, so I think they win by 21 at the
Definitely.
least.
Yeah, I have a 2-touchdown spread on that for the Wildcats over the Kangaroos. But I mean, if it's a better game, then
think-
no one really loses
I think
because
Wiley plays a better game. Connects on his throws.
yeah, he was off.
He was off in Belton.
I think he'll figure it out, especially by playoff time. Come home, he'll have it figured out.
yeah.
Defense will be clicking.
Jackson got his carries. He didn't
He
pop
did.
off.
Yeah.
He got his carries.
The
Well, I mean,
defense.
Belton defense was. They showed up to play. Belton
Yeah.
defense did. I mean, they allowed 55 points, but I mean, they still showed up to play. They were keeping Jackson in check when no one's really ever been able to do that.
What's the other running back's name?
Dijon
Overton.
Overton definitely played the better running back game. He had
Yeah, he had
some-
bigger runs.
He had some pretty big clutch runs in that game. So
Should we move on to the next one?
absolutely,
Friday night, Cove and Midway.
that's going to be a good game.
A lot of people
Yeah.
are picking Cove to win.
Not
Really?
this guy.
I'm not.
I'm not either.
I don't believe in Cove at all. Not one
Nope.
bit.
Midway's not what they used to be, but Midway is better than Cove.
I know. I
Yep.
don't hate Cove. I don't have any problem with Cove. I just
Nope.
don't believe in them as this is some sustainable Cove that we've seen.
Yeah, it's first year coach too, right?
They've
Well, it's his first year there.
but
He's won a state championship
Yeah, he's
before.
won a state champ.
Yeah, that's what I meant. He's first year.
But it's
coach.
his
Yes.
first year as the Bulldog head coach.
In like really the first year, like
He-
they didn't have spring training at all, and he didn't show up until, because Welch didn't quit until after they would have had spring training. So I mean, he had a really late start.
Yeah, but I just don't think that what we've seen from Cove is sustainable.
They're
Like,
starting to figure it out a little bit.
they're not doing what they did in the first half of the season. I just think that whenever when you're playing a school who has had some problems figuring stuff out, is kind of getting those wrinkles wrinkled out. They're ironing out a little bit of those problems that they've seen, and they're kind of going back to what we thought Midway was going to be.
Yeah.
Because I remember start of the season, even before the podcast, we were talking about like Midway does not look like Midway.
They were having a lot of trouble scoring points.
We kind of penciled in like week 3, Temple's going to win the division. I mean, they're going to
Yeah.
win our district, and because Midway's has nothing, we didn't know what Belton we were going to get. And now it's kind of a question. It's like it's really going to be Temple or Midway. Belton coming in maybe third, second. They could still come in second.
I think they come in second.
But I don't think that Temple's going to give up 2 games in district to allow Belton to jump above them.
No.
And I don't think Midway's going to give up 2 games in district either. So I do think that whenever they do play, it'll be for district. And I don't expect Midway to lose to a team like Cove. It's in Midway, correct?
It's in Midway.
Yeah,
Yeah,
especially not
Midway's-
at home.
Yeah.
Midway has trouble against Cove when they play in Cove. Last year, Cove had a terrible year. It was one of their worst years since Welch showed up in '94. And they had Midway, they were losing by, I think, 2 points with about, or maybe it's 4 points, with about 30 seconds left. They had the ball in Midway territory. They were down to like a 4th and 1. And for some reason, just a coaching thing, I don't know if it's just Welch's style, he didn't call a timeout. He just called the play real quick. They went out there and didn't convert. And I really felt like he had all 3 timeouts left in 30 seconds. The clock's running. Call a timeout, get your team to regroup, and call a play that you're confident in to get that first down. And then you've got a fresh set of downs. You're in Midway's red zone, down by 4 points. They were down by 4 because they couldn't kick a field goal. I remember that. And they would have had a better shot at winning. I mean, they had a great shot at winning last year. And that's when Cove had a terrible season. Remember, Midway went to the state championship last year.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's the biggest difference between those 2 teams there's ever been. And they were still within 4 points come 30
Yeah.
seconds left in the game.
I remember you texting me about that.
It was crazy.
Didn't you like run to the football stadium?
Yeah, it was down the
Watch
street.
the
and
rest of the game?
And I could hear the screaming. It was like so loud. Like it was the loudest I heard that stadium in like a decade since RG3 played there.
Yeah.
So I ran down there, and it was so late in the game, and they weren't even checking tickets. And I ran up there and to see what was going on, and I couldn't believe what I was seeing. And I was hoping Cove would pull it out, just so Midway would drop a game, but Midway pulled it out. Midway's good at that. I mean, they pulled out the game against Temple, where Temple was leading them with less than 3 minutes to go.
It was a bad spot.
They did it against Belton last year too.
Yeah.
Belton was winning at halftime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like 30-28.
Yeah.
And then Belton got the second half kick, scored a touchdown, and then it was like a 2-touchdown lead at one point, and then at the end of the game, it didn't even look.
Yeah,
I
so
think-
Midway's good at pulling out
I think Belton
last
beats them
second
this year,
wins.
though. I think
mean-
Belton gets second to Temple in the district.
We'll
I think
see.
Temple goes undefeated in regular season, for sure.
That's a tall task. I mean,
Who they play left? Midway, that's it?
Belton just has to beat Midway to get second.
yeah. I'm talking about us for Temple, not
You don't
Temple. I'm not saying they can't finish undefeated.
I mean, they don't
they
play
can,
anybody
obviously.
good.
Yeah, but in one bad week,
Injuries, too, I guess.
one bad week against Midway will expose you. Have y'all haven't played Cove, have you?
No, Temple has to play in Cove the week before. After that, I think the week before they play Midway. So I'm a little worried they might be looking ahead.
One bad week at Cove, you could drop a game to some of these teams that are kind of middle of the pack. If you're having a bad night, then you're kind of on even playing fields.
Yeah.
So you got to come out each week like you're playing for a spot in the playoffs every single week. But I do have Midway winning that Cove game for sure.
Definitely.
Definitely.
But hopefully it is a closer game.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it ends up being a good game.
I mean, I don't have any doubts that it will be a decent game. It's just at the end the score might not reflect it.
I think Midway wins by 2 or 3 touchdowns.
They might. Because even that time Temple was leading them with less than 3 minutes, they still won by 2 scores off that
That's
bad
how they
spot.
do things.
That's just how it works.
Yep.
Next one is probably the 2 worst teams in the district. They're going to be playing for who comes in last place.
It's the butt bowl.
Harker Heights and Waco.
The toilet
Lord.
bowl. And
Are they going to score a point in that game?
Harker Heights is going to win that game.
By
Harker Heights
maybe
has
a field goal.
one win. Waco has none. I think Harker Heights' one win was probably non-district, so really they're both don't have a win in district. So whoever wins probably will not come in last place then.
Oh no, we suck again, dude! It's literally the last place bowl.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Shoemaker hasn't won a game, have they?
They might not have. I can look at that.
I don't
here in
think
a
they
second.
have. But no, so I think
Bad
it'll be
game.
Waco Shoemaker for last place. But still, this is
Yeah.
a terrible game. But I think
I think Shoemaker's better than
Yeah,
Heights.
Shoemaker.
Shoemaker is better than Heights, but they haven't.
Actually, Waco is the only one out of the 3 that's won a game, and it was a non-district win. In district, Waco's 0-3, Shoemaker's 0-3, and Harker Heights is 0-4. On the season, Harker Heights is 0-6, Shoemaker's 0-5, and
Wow.
Waco is 1-4.
I still think Waco's the worst team out of them all.
Yeah. Who they play and beat?
I don't know.
6-man school?
No, I remember because I have friends that go to Waco University, and they posted on Facebook about it. It wasn't a good school.
Waco University got their first win in a long time, but that's not Waco High. That's a different team.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, I'm thinking of the wrong
like
team. All those
46
Wacos
game
do
losing
they-
streak.
Yeah, it was forever, but no, I think Harker Heights will win that game. I think that Waco is the worst team in the district.
Okay, yeah, the one win that Waco does have is against Waco University.
Yeah.
Which
Okay,
is
yeah.
a smaller school and even worse in their conference. So, yeah, I think Harker Heights will win it. They're playing in Waco, but I don't think it'll be a problem for Harker Heights to win it.
Someone's got to win. So
Yeah.
I'm going with Waco.
you're gonna go with Waco.
I'm going with Waco just because they're playing at home.
Yeah.
And Heights is really bad. As
Waco
well.
ISD Stadium is a very nice stadium.
But Heights has hung in there and made some games respectable with a few teams. They came back up against Belton a little bit. Not you're rubbing, but I don't know. I feel like it's just a gut call. I just don't think Waco's that great. So I know obviously Harker Heights 0-6, but that's who I have to win that game.
Yeah. I mean, Heights has, I think they have more athletes than Waco.
Harker Heights isn't going into this game thinking, hey, we're probably going to get beat in this game. This is one of the
Yeah.
ones where, hey, we might get our win. So
Yeah.
I think they're going to be fired up.
Our
ready to
win.
play. Yeah.
Singular.
We're going to get our win this week.
Mm.
You
Hate to see
to see it.
You hate to see it.
To see it. Top 10
Imagine.
things you
Hate
Hate
to
to
see,
see.
and it's not
2 through
2
10.
through 10. It's the first.
All right,
Number
we're ready
one.
for the last game of district play
Yeah.
for 12-6A, that is. We've got Shoemaker at Ellison, but really
Mm.
they're both at Killeen High
It's tough.
at Leo Buckley Stadium.
Shoemaker.
I think Ellison will win it.
Ellison.
I'm
going with
picking
Ellison.
Shoemaker. I don't know. They it's like one of those same things with Harker Heights. Like, we
Ellison,
might get a win.
Ellison's the one that's like definitely a step above Harker Heights.
I think
and
they're the best
yeah.
clean
Shoemaker.
school for sure.
I think Killeen High is the best Killeen
Yeah.
school.
Oh,
The
outside
Kangaroos.
of the Kangaroo, I'm talking Shoemaker, Ellison, and Harker Heights. Those are
Ellison's the best out of those.
Yeah.
And then Harker Heights and Shoemaker are just kind of like in
so
the
not
same
used to Killeen
tier down there
Kangaroos being in the like.
in the conversation.
Yeah, I'm not used to them at all. So yeah, it's hard to. I didn't mean it like that. I meant of the other schools in the area. I definitely
Yeah.
think that Ellison's the best. I just don't think they're going to win this game. I don't know why. It's literally a gut feeling.
I mean, technically Ellison's at home, but there's not really an advantage there. It's both their home stadium,
There's going to be an equal amount of fans. So
Yeah.
which isn't going to be much. But
Hmm.
that's how it goes when you've got 4 schools and you're planning on building another one.
Wait, really?
Yep,
Yep.
Wow.
They're thinking about building a new stadium as well, which
they
I
need to.
I hope they do because it would eliminate some of the Thursday games. Of course, with 5 schools, you're still going to have some Thursday games, but might get rid of some
It's
of those.
crazy how many high schools they have. If you think about it.
It's a big area.
I know, but that's crazy.
Temple still
They're
only
never
has-
good.
Temple only has one,
Yeah.
and they have 100,000 something people here. Belton has 20,000, and they have the same size high school as Temple. It's just crazy. But it is also
It's
because
all
Scott
school
and
district
White.
lines and
Yeah.
stuff.
But hate to see it. Yeah,
Hate
to see it.
to see it.
You dislike 3. Peep it.
That's rough. Don't do that again.
CTCS. Can we talk about CTCS?
Yeah, let's talk about
You know
CTCS
what?
here
I think
for a
we're gonna
minute.
skip over that.
We're
this
not
week.
because CTCS is number 1 in TAPS Division 4.
Yes.
There's
Number one in the state.
I don't think I went there for like 12 years and it never happened once. That's insane.
Well, as soon as you left.
6
Soon
and
as-
yeah.
yeah,
Once this
well,
guy left, they finally.
Once I left, man, we just took off.
Hey, this guy sucks. We can play good again.
Chase Coates is gone. All right, let's start playing.
Let's start playing. And this is crazy because they have a chance to go 10-0, 2 years removed off
They're
an
my-
0-10
They're
season.
my state champs this year for sure.
That is my team. I'm the radio announce guy, color commentator. Feels good. It's cool to watch them play. But they had a game in Dallas on Saturday. It wasn't a Friday game. It was a 1 p.m. kickoff. They won 48-14. Rylan Turner, 250 yards, 4 touchdowns. Area's leading leader. Just kind of distanced the gap because Troy's running back only had 130. I don't know. There's not too much to say. They have one challenging game left where it should be competitive, and that's Week 10 against the second place team in the district. I forget who. I think it's Shiner or Sacred Heart. I can't.
I thought you said it was Rose Hill.
Rose Hill's who they would play in the playoffs.
They would play them in the semifinals.
Yeah, they don't have them on the regular season. They have
Okay.
they have some district games left. They've only played one person in district.
Oh, I think you were saying Sacred Heart.
Yeah, Sacred Heart. That's
Yeah.
They're 4-2 right now. or 3
Yeah,
and 2.
they're 4-2.
Yeah, 4-2.
They only have one district win, though, so they must not have played very many district games.
They only have 4 teams in their district, so
Yeah.
and they have 3 left. So
They're
2
they're-
left. 2 left. Yeah.
They're 4-2, but their opponent's win-loss is a lot more respectable than CTCS's or Rose Hills.
Yeah.
Their opponent's win-loss is 11-21 versus CTCS is 7-24, and Rose Hill is only 2-16. The
Yeah.
teams they've played have all together have only won 2 games.
Yeah, I don't feel great about who CTCS has played so far, but it's the way they've beaten them has been pretty convincing in every single game besides the week 2 matchup. But it was a torrential downpour. It was 15-14 in that game. But all these other ones, they've spaced out the score differential, so I feel confident in that regard. No one's scoring as much as them.
CTCS, in my opinion, is definitely going to make it to the semifinals.
Yeah, I feel good about it. I'll get to call
I
some.
think they're gonna win state.
I hope
No
so.
one stops Turner.
Ryland Turner.
Put
They-
that kid on the Heisman watch list.
They just have to beat
Ridiculous.
they just have to beat Rose Hill Christian in the semifinals.
Yep.
Which I'm pretty sure they'll make it there. I mean, I'm really looking ahead here. We're only halfway through the regular season, but if they make it past Rose Hill Christian in the semifinals, they're going to win state.
I'm excited. It feels good. I don't know about.
I'm excited for them. I mean, I'm not like a CTCS fan or anything, but
Not yet.
I'm glad they have success. I know
Never.
You will be.
No.
I know a
Love
few
it.
players on the
I
team.
wasn't even a fan when I went to school there.
Yeah, because he sucked so bad that
I
you
played
didn't even
football.
like. Yeah, he played football.
I did.
You ever get on the field?
I did.
Who'd you play? TSD?
No, Texas School for the Deaf. I
Yeah.
actually got on the field a few plays against them. I told you about this.
They probably tore you up.
They didn't.
They probably
They didn't.
walloped you. They cornholed this guy. You got smashed.
No, I didn't.
This
bro.
guy sucks. They all communicated with each other to gang up on this guy because he sucks.
They all signed. Get
Is that what happened?
No, that's actually.
Did
the
you run for
opposite of what
6?
happened. I wasn't a running back.
What were you?
I was a slot receiver.
No, you didn't
Like, I
catch.
got hands.
Did you get a catch?
Stickies.
Did
No.
you get? Oh,
Did you get a target?
No.
did you ever get a catch?
No.
Did you
I
ever
never
get a
got on the field
target?
that much. We
What the
didn't-
heck were you a slot
They
receiver
didn't
for?
play. I was like third string.
Did you ever get a target?
I didn't play ever. I
You
was-
just said you were in the game.
Well, yeah, I'd get on the field, but like
After
it was
the
a running.
game?
It was a running team. We ran the ball. We didn't throw the ball.
They still run the ball. They don't ever throw the ball.
Yeah.
So it's tough.
What about other local schools? I know we had Troy had a good matchup.
Yeah, let's talk 3A Division 1, District 10. Number 5, Rockdale, is going to travel down to Lago Vista.
Walloped.
Not too much to say here. I'm pretty
Rockdale's
sure.
gonna win by
yeah,
40.
The quarterback only threw for like 170 yards.
Rockdale?
Yeah.
But they still won big.
And their running back only had like 100 something. They must have just had a bunch of defensive scores.
Probably.
Or Rockdale was
Sixes.
off last week.
No.
They played that Maynard New Tech school, right?
No, that
That's,
Are you in the week
I'm
6?
a week behind here.
I could have sworn
'Cause
they
they
played.
played-
That New
they
Tech
played-
school.
Yeah, Maynard New Tech played Rockdale. They won 70-6. I remember that now.
Do y'all remember whenever I said that it was going to be a...
I remember. I think honestly said they would score 70.
I said it was going to be a UMHB versus Southwestern score.
I think he literally said 70-6, like exactly. I think
Who?
I think Josh did. I think he nailed it like
No,
exactly.
I said it's going to be like 77-7.
I think we both said
That's
70
pretty
something.
freaking close, though.
Close
70
enough.
to 70 to 6. That's ridiculous.
Yes, and then we were saying the Academy beat Lago Vista no problem, but Lago Vista hung in there for the whole first half, but Academy ended up winning it 27-19.
And y'all didn't want to believe in Academy.
I never said anything about it.
No one
Academy.
said we didn't
I
believe.
thought
in
you said
Academy.
Lago Vista was going to win.
No.
You sure?
We all picked
Yes.
Academy. I'm pretty
Okay.
sure.
Yeah. I said something about how Lago Vista was like state champs a few years ago. It's just weird how they're bad
yeah.
now.
You did say that.
I was a little concerned with Yo playing that non-UIL opponent, the private school down in Katy.
Nope.
They won
Nothing.
48-0.
It's Yo.
Nothing.
It's Cameron Yo.
They're still not. I mean, it's Cameron Yo, but it's not Cameron
It's not
Yo.
Cameron Yo. It's what, the three-peat? Or
Three-peat.
Two-peat.
I got a friend who went to Cameron Yo, has a bunch of rings.
It's crazy.
He's not good.
Mm.
If you're listening to that, you suck. I'm just kidding. What you looking at? You trying to get me to name drop right now?
I mean, you might as well.
No, we're not doing
I'm
that.
not calling someone out on this podcast. This is not my time to air out stuff, even though I hate you. I'm just kidding. he's a cool enough guy, I guess. Well, he's not really, but it's fine.
All right,
Are you
moving on.
I'm hurt right now.
Wow, you hurt?
We're gonna move on here.
This guy.
Gerald at Cameron Yo. I don't see any reason why Cameron Yo doesn't get
Cameron
this.
Yo wins by 40.
Gerald's not scoring.
I mean, Gerald's playing a lot better than they did
They'll
last
score.
year. They're still
They
not
just won't
gonna
score very much.
Well, they scored 2 points last week.
They scored 2 points last week,
Oh,
and I'm not exactly sure how it went down. Although my guess is it was a blocked extra point attempt taken for 2 because Troy scored a touchdown, didn't get the PAT, and then I saw on the app that Gerald got 2 points. And Troy's had some trouble with blocked extra points. They get 1 or 2 blocked every game. So
Why? They just need
It's-
to work on
They know how
that.
to
They just-
execute an extra
How are they
point.
going to do that in the playoffs?
I don't know. They need to protect the kicker a little bit better there because they're just getting there quick. Or maybe the kicker needs to get it off a little faster. I'm not 100% sure on that.
Steps.
But either way, they get a lot of them blocked. So I'm pretty sure that Gerald's only score was off a blocked PAT returned for 2 points.
I'm going
Tough.
to tell you what, they're not scoring any points against Cameron Yo.
Yeah. I mean, Troy's got a really good defense, especially compared to last year. But Cameron Yo's right up there better than them at defense. So Gerald, they're not going to score.
I'm sorry, Gerald.
And Yo, I mean, they dropped 40 on that private school. They'll probably drop about 40 to 50 again.
It's going to be 56 zip.
You heard it here,
I'm saying
56 zip.
I'm saying 45-7.
Chase just doesn't believe in high-scoring high school games. He never expects.
What do you mean?
Like,
Yeah, I do.
like that's the biggest differential you'll give is like 45. Like you will never say like 70-0. Like
Well, if
Josh
it's a
did last
matchup
week.
like Cameron Yo and Gerald, then obviously I'm going to give you a 45-7. But if it's a Temple Belton, it's going to be close, but not like 45-7.
That's
not
not
talking-
close at all.
I don't know why I said that. I don't know why.
That's
All
a
right.
close game, 52-3. You would like to see some more distance between those teams.
All right,
Bold
we're
strategy, Cotton. Let's see if
Real
it
barn
pays
burner
off.
here.
we're gonna get on to the last game in 3A, Division 1, District 10, Academy at Troy. What do y'all think about that one?
Troy.
What about you, Chase?
Troy.
Academies, they've been on a roll, but
Troy's
They've
defense.
been on a roll,
And that
what?
running back.
3 in a row.
Too good.
Troy's gonna shut them down on with their defense. Their running back is just gonna keep doing what he always does, and he's gonna score a touchdown or 2.
I don't think it's going to be close at all.
Who's Salado play?
Aren't they on bye?
I know they got beat last week by I think Robinson. Salado was supposed to beat them, but didn't work out.
Well, there's
Troy
no
beat both Toledo and Robinson.
Yeah, Troy's good. I was at that Troy Salado game. It's tough to watch. It's boring, but they won.
You sound real excited about that one.
It was tough. Yeah.
Yeah.
3A ball is not my
Salado
cup
is
of tea. Are they 4A now?
They're 3A.
They're 3A?
Saledo's 4A.
No, he's talking about. Oh, no, he's talking about Troy, right?
I was talking about Salado. They're
Or top-
4A, right?
Saledo's 4A.
Yeah.
Uh,
Not very good.
Isn't Slato off this week?
Yeah, they play Lorena next week.
Oh.
They lost to Robinson 27-7 this last Friday. So Robinson's not a bad team.
No, they're not.
I think they took Troy overtime.
No, because they pulled away. Is that the one where the fumble happened?
Yeah, in overtime.
That was overtime?
Yep.
I could have swore that it was like a 12-point game.
Nope, it was overtime.
Huh.
Troy went and scored on their first possession, and then they forced a fumble and recovered it at like the 1 yard line.
Paid. You love it. They still lost, but
Yeah. You hate to see it.
Robinson's not bad. I like Robinson.
Robinson Rockets.
How's Trinity doing?
Euless Trinity, they're
Yeah.
they're doing well. They had a down year last year. They play Haltom this week.
Is that still your number 2 team?
Yeah, I still think they're my number 2 team.
What's some other ones you
I
like?
thought Steele was.
Cibolo Steel.
Still is kind of my number 3 team. They're kind of having a down year. I mean, I still like them, but
I know Highland Park's your number 1.
I hate Highland Park.
You don't like the Scots?
Nope.
No.
Manville.
I mean, Trinity's always been
Do you
like.
dislike them only because of the Temple game? Is
I mean,
that the only reason?
I've always kind of disliked them because they're number 1 on the all-time wins, high school wins.
Temple's
Highland?
Number,
Yeah.
Temple's number 3 or 2 now.
They're tied with number 3 now, I think. They were 4. They're tied for 3rd. Or
Who's
no, they
third?
just overtook. I think it was Plano or
Yeah,
something.
they overtook them.
With the win over Belton, so now they're 3rd all by themselves.
What about Odessa Permian? How are they?
I think they're 2. Or
No,
they're top 5, I think.
I don't think so.
Odessa Permian?
Yeah.
They're probably not even top 10.
How,
They had like 2 good years.
yeah, it's been a while.
I mean, they're kind of like Cove, a flash in the pan, go to state 2
Yeah.
years in a row.
Cove will be back.
They'll be back,
Eventually.
but no one's gonna make a movie about them. Just
Yeah.
like
That was a good movie, by the way.
I wouldn't watch that movie.
Sad.
About
Yeah.
Cove.
Oh, about Cove? Nope.
I'm
Couldn't
from
name it.
Cove. I can say that.
so.
Yeah, from Cove.
Yeah, that's where I lived when I
Yeah,
was young.
he's from Cove.
Nope.
You didn't know
Colleen.
that?
Nope.
I'm from Colleen, bro.
Nope.
Ellison High School.
I didn't go to Ellison.
No, just kidding there. Yeah, they beat San Angelo 70-28 last week. In San Angelo, it's a long drive for them, and they beat their big rival LD Bell 40-13. So feeling pretty good about Trinity.
I feel good about Trinity as well.
I mean,
Same.
Trinity's always been.
You don't know who that is.
I don't know who that is, but I think they're good.
Trinity's 5A, right?
No, they're 6A.
Yeah,
They're 6A?
I knew
They're
they're
6A, and they'll go Division 1, and that's what's gotten them these past few years. I mean, last year they just weren't good, but the years before that they'd run into Allen or DeSoto and take them right down to the wire,
Possible Belton matchup.
Ooh, Port Belton.
possibly. Definitely be going for Trinity.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we know, Zach.
But that wraps it up. I mean, that's all our high school games from the area. So, anything else you want to add there, Chase?
Special shout out.
Special shout out. Not really.
All right, that's all we have time for.
Thank you for coming on the show, Josh and Chase. And
Hold up. Oh, well, I'm never not going to be on the show. I'm here to stay.
Same.
Josh is always here. Chase
Always
says he
here.
is.
I'll
That's
be
to
back for NFL next week, guys. Don't worry.
Yeah, we'll
that's
see.
to be determined.
No,
Y'all have a great week. Go Wildcats. We'll see you on Thursday night. Everyone be safe Thursday and Friday night. And we'll see y'all next week.
Go CTCS.